This is drinking bleach with the uninformed news. I'm gonna read Reddit, world news, and I'm just gonna go over the top so ever many till I get bored, and then I'm just gonna say what I think about all the top titles here. Let's read them off. Okay, so the number one on Reddit, world news: ASAP Rocky convicted of assault by Swedish criminal court. So, as far as I recall, that's the guy who Trump tried to get him free for some reason because Beyonce asked him or some goddamn foolish thing. And so they would say that though. Like if Trump honestly he tried to get him out, and said to the Swedish people, "Hey, let him out." I don't think the Swedish are so down with the Trump train on that one. I feel like the Swedes may have just locked him up just because Trump said something. It would actually hurt your chances. It'd probably make it worse for you going to prison. Oh man, you imagine being in a Swedish prison? Yeah. All right. So the next story here. Satellite photo appears to show Chinese APCs near Hong Kong. So that would be, I'm going to assume you're up on the news a little bit. The people in Hong Kong are uprising, all that shit. So basically there's a photo here of a Chinese anti-personnel or armored personnel carriers. It's an APC. So they're stocking up on junk. Man, they're going to come in to Hong Kong, the Chinese, and I think they are going to wreck shit. Or I don't know. I think it's what the Chinese think the Americans will do. If the Americans don't do anything, I think they'll go in and go full Tiananmen fucking square in there. If they have a chance, the Chinese government, because they don't like the precedent that it sets, that these people can rebel and do it successfully. They want to stomp on that. I feel like the Chinese, government is walk softly, carry a big stick. I think they're going to come down on those people in Hong Kong really hard. That's my Keith's prediction. Sorry, drinking bleach's prediction. All right. Now, here's another story here. Number 3, fracking in the U.S. and Canada linked to worldwide atmospheric methane spike. That makes sense. I know methane's a hell of a greenhouse gas. I know it's really bad. I know it's something about it. I think light. Don't worry. Don't correct me in the comments. But this is what I feel I know about it. Methane basically gets, if you had a pane of glass and you put methane in it, it would do the same thing as carbon dioxide. If you were to shine light on it, it would trap more heat energy, I believe. So I think methane's really bad, and I believe it's actually, I don't know if it floats and ends up in the ozone layer. I don't know. But anyway, that's not a good thing. All right, so the next one here is the ocean surface. Okay, so this is number 4. Ocean surface garbage bins come to BC's west coast. They collect about 1.5 tons of waste per year. They float and gently pump water into a catchment bin, filtering out pollutants like petroleum-based oils, plastics, and styrofoam before pumping the water back into the ocean. Now, I'm not going to click on the link or look into it at all. I'm just going to read the... So, to me, I wonder if this thing is powered by water into the... It must be powered just by the waves and stuff, I would assume, and it has some kind of one-way valve, so water can only go one way or something. Sounds like a good idea. It sounds like a really good idea. If they had enough of these things, you might be able to, fucking save the poor fucking oceans, I guess. Yeah, I like the idea. People got to start doing something like that. All right, now I agree with that 100%. Now the next one here, number 5, is more than half of world's forest wildlife lost in 40 years. More than half of world's forest wildlife lost in 40 years. So that would be all the animals in the forest, I assume. I imagine we've lost probably half the forest in the last 40 years, probably. So that shit's got to live somewhere. Those animals got to live somewhere. That shit. Those animals got to live somewhere. So, yeah, that's shitty news, too. Okay, number 6. China's solar power is now cheaper than grid electricity, scientists reveal. What scientists? Chinese scientists, that's who. No, I think that's great. We got to get off the oil, man. Got to get off the coal. Got to, that stuff's going nowhere, man. We got to come up with a new plan for power. Cheap, lots of cheap power is what we need. All right. So number 7, Europe has space for enough wind turbines to power the entire world. Study finds Europe could create 100 times the energy it currently produces through onshore wind farms. So that's a good thing as well. If Europe wants to do that, that's kind of a pointless number because it's like has enough space. What's that mean? Like you pack the entire country with windmills, like every, 60 feet or whatever you could, whatever closest possible way you could put them together. Or does that mean, I don't know. I don't know. I could look at the article, but I'm just going to speculate. Now, number 8. The remains of a giant penguin the size of a human have been discovered in New Zealand. The fossilized bones are of an animal thought to have been 5'3", or 1.6 meters, or 5'3" tall, weighing up to 176 pounds. Now that's a big penguin. Probably ate meat. Probably ate those lion seals or leopard seals. Lion seals. Probably ate leopard seals. I don't know what to make of that. I'm like, wow, there were really big penguins at one point in time. That's good. So could we like Jurassic Park them back and like use them for meat? Penguin meat. We'll raise them like cows. I don't know. All right. So this is kind of an interesting story to me. A deadly fungus that kills the banana. The banana has spread to Latin America, the world's banana export capital. So, to me, this is like, all right, well, I'll tell you a little something about bananas. Like 99.9% of the bananas in the world are like Cavendish bananas. Now, if I'm wrong on any of this, don't correct me in the comments. Now, it's some certain, maybe it's not Cavendish, I don't know, but it's some certain variety of banana. And this is basically every banana is a clone of every other banana, nearly. So if something affects one banana, it affects all banana around the world, possibly, because they have no genetic diversity. Therefore, they don't have any chance against fungus or disease. That could be a real big problem. And then what are you going to do to fix it? Oh, let's dump fungicide all over the bananas or something. So, yeah, that's a bad thing. That's a really bad thing. Either way, you split it. They gotta contain that somewhere, because that's really bad. We could be without bananas. Can you imagine a world just exactly like it is today? No bananas. Think about it. I don't think my world would be very much different. But I like bananas, so. Alright. Now, the next news article here on World News has to do with Trump, apparently. So, stop provoking ally. Korea's conservatives slam Trump. This is one of those clickbait headlines. Whenever you see the word slam or bombshell or any of that shit, that's a fucking, man, they're looking for clicks. Alright, so anyway, it says, stop provoking ally. Korea's conservatives slam Trump. With the money is everything mind of a merchant, Trump seems to be confused about what is his ally and foe. Foe. Who says foe? I think foe's like a dead word. They're like, oh, my worthy foe. You might say it in a funny way, to be like old-timey or something, but foe is faux real. I don't know, it's gone. It's from the language, so you can tell that's translated directly poorly. It should be like, Trump seems to be confused about what is a friend or a foe. I don't know. Whatever. I'm done on that. So, Korea not happy, of course. That's South Korea. And that that quote was from Representative Cho Kyung-tae of the main opposition Liberty Party of Korea, said on a radio show Tuesday. Well, who cares what the opposition party in Korea thinks? No, I'm sure it's probably important. Okay. So, number 11. A major breach. Oh, I just got a message on my phone. And I'm going to answer it here, live, on the air. Okay, done. Now, what the hell was I talking about? Ah, well, that's gone now. That thought train sailed the station. Alright. So, Boris Johnson, this is number 12. I kind of lost count here, but... Okay, number 11. Okay, major breach found in biometric system used by banks, UK police, and defense firms. Fingerprints, facial recognition, and other personal information from Biostar 2 discovered on publicly accessible database. Good God, that's a mouthful. Now, so it looks like they... Okay, yeah. Well, that one's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, they didn't secure the data about the fingerprints, whatever the hell they use. And so Biostar 2 sucks the big one. If you have Biostar 2 stock, sell, sell, sell. They fucked up big time. Alright. Now, number 12. Boris Johnson admits chance of no deal BritX is no longer 1 in a million. Who cares? That's some boring. My God, man. Here's a story for you. Facebook has been collecting audio from some voice chats on Messenger and paying contractors to listen to and transcribe them. So, Facebook listens to your voice chat messages and pays outside contractors to write down what you're saying. And that's okay, because that thing you didn't read at the beginning, the terms and services, makes it so they can do whatever the hell they want, apparently. Yeah, if it's in the terms and services, it's cool. I don't know. Fuck Facebook in the face. I don't go on Facebook very much. I try to stay away from it. Because everything I say, everybody hates. Everything I've ever said my whole life. Because I'm a dick. So I don't say too much on Facebook. Alright, so... Alright, well, it looks like... just scrolling through here. See if anything else is interesting. Al Gore. Yeah, that's who I'm listening to. Fuck. By Al Gore's prediction, we'd have hotter than normal summers by now. Oh, wait, he was right. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, I think that's been the show. I may just continue recording and talking for a bit here. Go down our all, see if there's anything interesting. Here's the thing. Here's the life pro tip here. If the IRS calls you, it is a scam. The IRS always start contacting you through the U.S. Postal Service. So if I was American, I got an American audience out there. I think some people. I don't know if any of my subscribers listen, or I don't know. It's all kind of nebulous what's going on out there. But like, yeah. So watch out. If the IRS calls you, you tell them to fuck right off. And you tell them, drinking bleach told me to tell you to fuck off. You just wait for the letter. If they need to find me, don't worry, they won't find me. Just reading through here. This is so much trash on here. I'll go to the R News. It's probably the same thing. Bunch of trash. Okay. Ugh. Denied for straight pride parade. Ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. Injectors for kids. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Oh, Ohio State has filed a trademark application for the word "the." Oh, that'd be nice. You got to pay Ohio State. Like, is that Ohio State University? You have to pay them every time you say "the" or something. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Not the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but yeah. What else here? Oh, geez, I don't even want to talk about shootings and crap. I like interesting news. I'm gonna go to like science. Hell, science. Science. Okay. Now the stuff on here is pretty dense usually. Yeah, this is too dense. Air pollution may be as harmful to your lungs as smoking cigarettes, study finds. Yeah, it would depend. Air pollution? Like, where? Like, that's such a... It's like, obviously air pollution could be as bad. If you worked in India in the ship breaking yards where they cut apart ships and stuff and these giant barges they cut apart in India, it's called ship breaking. Anyway, it's a smoky oil. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I bet you the air pollution around there would probably be worse, if not, but than smoking cigarettes. But if I was, lived up in Nepal or something where the air is all good and clean, I can't imagine air pollution being harmful to my lungs as smoking. I don't know. I just don't like the way that's worded. Doesn't make much sense, really. Yeah. Because air pollution is a kind of a local problem. A lot of times it has to do with, like in China, they have like microclimates around these cities that are like factories, and I think they generally will, it's contained to a smaller area. Like in the 70s in America on the East Coast, they were having a big problem with acid rain. Everybody talked about acid rain. They changed what they did, and it reduced or nearly eliminated acid rain. You don't hear too much about acid rain in the States anymore. That's because they got rid of the sulfur or sulfides out of the smoke, which, became some form of weak sulfuric acid of some type or something. Anyway, whatever acid rain is. So basically, yeah, air pollution is kind of a localized thing. There would be certain levels you could measure, but it's going to be for any one area because the wind blows around just the way it is. So I don't know what to make of that title, and I'm not going to read the article, so I'm just going to have to. That's my guess. Oh, the first ever clinical trial. That's gross. I'm looking. Man. Yeah, the penguin thing again. Oh, this one has a little more information on it. That giant penguin I talked about earlier, if you've been listening, was lived about 66 million years ago. So that's not yesterday. Fuck, you'd think the design of a penguin wouldn't be able to make it 66 million years. It's like, I lay my eggs on land for some reason. I don't know. Penguins. Penguins piss me off. Why don't they just lay their fucking eggs in the goddamn ocean like fish or something? They're more better for, they're more like fish than birds. They can't fly. They swim like crazy good. They should just be laying that shit underwater, yo. I don't know. Yeah, and just like live where the food is and chill out. Fuck, if penguins would just listen to me, they'd be all figured out. Be all solved. That's... So they have new cockroach-like robots that can survive being stepped on. Wow, that's useful for what? A spy? I don't know. I guess there's a lot of uses for that. You could use it in find people trapped in rubble or something like that. This thing would be so robust. This cockroach-like robot would be so robust that could survive things like that. You could use it as a spy robot. You use it to clean your house. You could have like 45 of them, like 100 of them come out at night. These little robotic cockroaches. They clean up all the little crumbs and then they climb back into the receptacle. Yeah, maybe. We'll never know. Alright, off on that tangent. Well, if you like this format or anything, like, subscribe. All that, tell your friends, show your friends. I don't care what you do. No. Alright, well, this has been Drinking Bleach. Goodbye.